And this is for the artist community.
What's up, y'all? Hey, artists.
In love, in peace. Hit him, hit him.
I would say stay in your lane. You know, and by that, what I mean is, if you're an artist and your job is to perform, is to hopefully sell, feature, get booked, whatever it is you're trying to do that as an artist. You know, I think a lot of times we worry too much about what the next artist is doing or how humble or not humble the next artist is. And it's like, as long as we're worried about each other, the masses, the populace, they're not worried about us because we're not worried about them. We're worried about each other. We're worried about ourselves. So it's like, the only thing I would say is be an artist in every way. Get on the radio, get on stage, talk to people, get a fan base, you know, this is what I'm saying. We can't be the only ones that know we exist. And the way you do that is you spread yourselves out. You do different things. I want to give a good shout out, a big shout out on that regard to people like Elijah Brown or to Godson, because they stay in their lane. They do their own thing, and there's a lot of people that know who they are. There's a lot of people that know what they do because they're not wrapped up into what everybody else is doing. And that's what I'm trying to be about now. And I think that's how you expand the artistry.
Point on. We've said that. That's come out in many interviews.
Wow.
That's what we need to do. We can't be in silos. We can't be in our little cliques.
Right.
And think that we're serving the world. As an artist, we're here to serve the world. We're not here to serve each other necessarily. And we're the visionaries, so we cannot do what mass culture tries to, that box mass culture tries to put us in.
Okay.
James Baldwin, in one of his books, he talks about the poet, parentheses, the artist, we're the only ones that can solve the problems. It's not the statesman, it's not the military, it's the artist. But see, we don't really believe that. You see, true. We really don't believe that.
That's true. That's true.
Because if we really believe that, we would be doing the things that you're talking about.
Yes.
And we'd be focused on being an artist,
yes,
and touching people in Australia, touching people in Korea. Your stuff, yeah, that stuff should be in Korea. That stuff should be in Australia.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, and I'm serious. It should be throughout the continental USA. Why not? If our talents or talents that come from the Creator or your God or whatever you believe in, why isn't it not for the world? Why is it just for Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah.
That's my question. I mean,
we're sitting literally right behind or in front of NJPAC, and this is where I see a lot of our artists are supposed to be. Places like your NJPACs, your symphony halls, your Amsterdam theaters. These are the places we should be. A lot of school systems are hiring. They want us to come into the schools, teach the kids, talk about poetry, do poetry. We should be doing this on a much broader scale than just so-and-so's open mic. Don't get it messed up. Open mics are cool. They're very important. They grow the community. That's where you hone your skill. But the thing is, you can't spend an entire career honing your skill, because at what point do you take those honed skills into the world and do something with it? You know, so my thing is, it's like we listen to so much other stuff, I'll put it that way, on the radio and in all other outlets of media. We can be there too. You know what I mean? And it's like, with the stuff I've heard just in the poetry scene, there's no reason why we can't. And we should be. So I think that's our aim. I think our aim is to be more universal. Our aim should be to let the rest of the world know what they've been missing this whole time. Because spoken word, poetry, great lines, great poems, that's not new. You know what I mean? Like, we're in a long legacy of people that's been doing this.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? This isn't new. It's just new to everybody else. You know, so our job is to get it out there.
We're just building.
Exactly.
And we're building, and to connect with that, we're building so we can feed our families. I mean, these artists out here, we should be able to feed our families.
Yes.
And have a very have a livelihood that we can support ourselves.
But
it shouldn't be. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what it is, but it's like when you start talking about money, when you start talking about traveling and getting shows and books, a lot of artists I've seen get kind of like, I don't do this for the money. And it's like, why not? You've put your time, your effort, your energy, you've put everything into this. Why not?
I don't think we believe in ourselves to that degree. And I believe, and I keep propping myself up, I believe that this series is part of the conversation that we need to have.
Yes.
Or we need to have, or hear. Even myself with money. I'm able to talk about it more freely in terms of what I can charge or what I shouldn't charge. But you have to start having the discussion, even amongst one another, so we can say, okay, this is what we charge for this. Or if I'm going to put this out, what would you think would be a fair price? You see what I'm saying? Because once you start the conversation, then you can go to the different places and find out what is competitive.
Yes.
What are the rates?
Yes.
And what kind of return we can get from what we do.
Right.
Well, we got to know our worth.
And further than that, it's like on a business level, I think a lot of artists are confused or just lost altogether as to what they should be doing on that realm. Like a lot of artists, self included, don't even have a business card to hand someone that loves their work. So you have a lot of times people are coming and say, oh man, you did a great job. I love your stuff. Where can I find you? And the answer to that question is like, Facebook. Or I'm here at the open mic every week. Business card, website, professionality.
That goes, I agree with you. And I'm included in that too, to some degree. And that goes hand in hand to the problem, as I see it, that as artists, we like to create. We like to do the artistic part,
right,
but we don't like to do the business aspect. And we got to pull that up.
Okay.
We have to pull that up. Because in order to be a true artist deals with the business side and does the artistry. And we've seen it throughout history. If you don't do the business part, you lose money day and night.
Credibility, money.
Yes.
I think for poets, I've learned don't believe in having managers. Don't believe in having a management team or a production team. And the few select poets that do have those things are successful. This is a regimen that we should be replicating and duplicating everywhere. So I think it's like if you don't have the business mind, like me, I kind of do, kind of don't. I'm still learning the ropes of business etiquette. But if you don't know it, get someone that does. That just believes in you and say, okay, you sound good on stage. I sound good off stage. You know what I'm saying? Let's partner. Let's do this. You know what I mean? So, it's nothing wrong with selling yourself. Just don't sell out. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can sell yourself without selling out.
Right. Starsky talked in an earlier segment. He was talking about how we're only going to be the talent if we don't own our businesses. If we don't have ownership, we will be the talent for the next 5-10 years. Me and you will be sitting here in 10 years, and we'll still be talking about the same stuff. So we have to put these pieces in place, and this is the time, because you know what's going to happen. They talk about gentrification, but what's going to happen is other folk are going to come in here, put their stamp on the arts, like they've been here, and they all that. And a bag of potato chips. Right. And it's not even that. The artists have been here. We've been here way back since Sarah Vaughan. We've been here. And many others. I shouldn't even say no names.
Right. But the point is we've been here. Baraka,
right.
The last poets, we've been here.
Right.
This isn't new.
Right. And still are here. And we just building on that. And I'll just close out this segment with just saying this as it comes to my mind. Newark has a special talent that I'm learning, and it's not far-fetched if you just think about life. Because of what Newark has come through as a city, the poets tend to have this kind of uniqueness in terms of how we address situations and deal with situations and deal with hurt and deal with defeat. I was talking to sometimes I forget the names of